What's up everyone, James here again, and today I'm asking you to join me in a 1-month exercise that I guarantee will make you a better writer. So one of my favorite writers of all time is Gary Suarez. He's an amazingly insightful critic and interviewer who has this way of tapping into cultures that no other writer can really mimic. But a few years ago, he came up with the perfect exercise to make anyone even mildly interested in writing about music far better at their jobs. Gary developed what we now call the music writing exercise, or MWE for short. And this is how it works. Every February, for each day in February, you are challenged to listen to one new album that you've never heard before and write at least one sentence summarizing your thoughts. Now I know that might sound overly simple, but think about it for a second. We just got out of 2020, and honestly, can you tell me that you listened to at least 25 albums last year, full albums, front to back, and then thought about them in a critical sense? Because I'm willing to bet that unless you are currently working as a critic, that might not be the case. I mean, you may have listened to a bunch of albums, but how much time did you really spend breaking them down on a critical level? And I know that one sentence isn't a lot, but as we've learned on this channel again and again, these little efforts add up to big moves in our future. So this is the challenge. Every day for the month of February, I want you to pick one album that you've never heard before and write at least one sentence summarizing your thoughts. And a great way to do this, if you want to be part of the community doing it, is to take part on Twitter using the hashtag MWE. Use that every time that you post about your thoughts. Maybe create a thread in your Twitter account, and people will follow along. People that you've never heard of before will reach out, they'll network you, they may even follow you, and you'll start to develop relationships in the industry, all while increasing your skills as a writer. And if I can offer some additional advice, here are some albums that I liked in 2020. And if you haven't heard any of them, it's a great place to start. But I also recommend choosing a theme. A couple of years ago, I did all live albums. So every day for the month of February, I listened to different live recordings, and it was really incredible. I gained a much deeper appreciation for artists that I had never heard before. And another year, I did rock albums from the 70s, another was rock albums from the 80s, and of course, rock albums from the 90s. And I haven't chosen my theme for 2021 yet, but I'm getting ready to participate, and I hope you'll join me. And while I've thought about making these videos every single day in February, summarizing my thoughts on the album I chose, I know that some of you are musicians or other music professionals who aren't really interested in what I have to say about albums. So if you would like to follow along, you can follow me on Twitter. There's a link in the description below. And if you are participating, please comment and let me know. Let me know where I can find what you're doing. But of course, you don't have to share your thoughts. I mean, if you just want to keep a journal on your desk or in your bedroom that you write down ideas in, that's perfectly fine. But commit to this. Commit to making your life better in the next month by listening to a ton of music and thinking about it. It's incredibly easy, it's incredibly fun, and I bet you'll find a new album that you won't be able to stop talking about. But if you want even more advice on the industry, whether it's as a writer, as a musician, or as a music professional, or somebody just hoping to become a music professional, well, that's why this channel exists. Music Biz is here to help you navigate the modern music business. That includes breaking news, emerging trends, tips and tricks for getting ahead from the masters, and so much more. So if you haven't done so already, click the subscribe button down below. And if you have, thank you so much for your support. I couldn't do this without you. I'll be back soon with more content. And until then, take care of yourself, because you deserve it.